Welcome to How to Cook. I'm Bill Cook, and today I'm doing something really fun. I'm making treats for my dogs. Yep, you've seen my dogs in my other videos. Rufus is usually sitting right back over here. He's the husky. He's going to be turning 12 at the end of the month in August. And Reba, we're not entirely sure. Both dogs are rescues. We got some paperwork with him because he's a husky, and if you don't know what a husky does, ooh, yeah, they're very husky, and he's the most husky I've ever met. Reba, on the other hand, is too smart for her own good. She understands every word you say, and if you say anything bad about her or in any way are mean or discouraging towards her or something like that, she is over the fence and gone. So she's a runner. That's the funny thing when you get dogs that were runaways. They run away a lot. It's kind of like never mind. I won't get into that because I pissed somebody off on another thing. Okay, but I'm going to make them treats. They're old dogs and they love treats, and I'm going to make them something healthy here. One quick note on this: we have 4 simple 5 ingredients, something like that. I forget exactly already. But one of the main things is we have peanut butter that's going in this. If your dogs are allergic to nuts, that's impossible because I've never heard of a dog allergic to nuts. I'm sure it's possible. There's that one person. Leave me a comment below. Tell me about the time your dog almost died. I'm sorry that happened. Dogs are wonderful and we love them. But you can get sugar-free peanut butter that has xylitol in it, or could have xylitol in it. There is 0 amount of xylitol that is safe for a dog to eat. A dog can die within minutes of eating xylitol. It is very bad for them. Read the back, read the label. Never give your dog anything that says sugar-free unless it's specifically made for dogs. If it's human food, you have to check because you can read, they can't. That's your job. Okay, so we have regular peanut butter. You can use chunky or you can use smooth. We have 1/3 cup of that. We have 1 egg. This comes from a chicken. There you go. I have whole wheat flour and oats right here. So we have 1 cup of whole wheat flour and 1/2 cup of oats. I put them in the same thing because I'm the one doing dishes later and I only want to do the one. We have a banana. A nice ripe banana is fantastic. As you can see, this guy here is definitely on the edge. So we're going to use that. And this is what we're going to get started with because we're going to mash it up. And it's easier to do if there's nothing else in the bowl. This really is not going to take very long. And they don't take terribly long to cook. And they're super fun. You can use all kinds of cookie cutters when you're doing this as well. But a little piece of advice, your dog doesn't understand shapes, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you the simple way to do this. If you want to get fancy and make them look cute, go for it. But you do not have to do that because your dog doesn't care what shape the treats are in. Guarantee you. All right, so we're going to take a potato masher. And we're just going to mash up the banana a little bit here. Give this a good mashy mash. Go through one more time. There we go. Nailed it. Okay, now we're going to throw in our whole wheat and our oats. Now I'm going to crack the egg in here. This is going to be the binder basically that holds it all together. We're not using any fat or anything else. This will be basically everything all in one. I'm just going to put that over there for now and clean it out later. This is 1/3 cup of, I'm using chunky because my dogs like nuts. Poor Rufus lost his very early. Sad boy. But that is a very good thing to do because we have too many dogs in the world and there's not enough love to go around. All right, never mind. Sorry. This is not turning into a commercial about save this dog for only $10 a month. No. But both of my dogs are rescues. Always get a rescue dog because puppies suck. I'm kidding. Puppies are awesome. But I'm too old for a puppy. So we got old dogs. Old dogs are great. I love old dogs. They do come with a lot of baggage. You have no idea how they were treated. This Reba, Miss Reba, Lady Reba, as she's known, is very peculiar about one thing. You cannot swear around her. She knows every swear word, and she does not like them. She does not approve of them at all. So don't do that. All right. Wait, I don't know who taught her swear words. It wasn't me. How would you have heard that from me? All right, I'm going to mix this up just real quick. Get this going, and then this is going to turn into a gooey mess real fast, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I'll probably fast forward through this part. Okay, that's about as far as we need to go with that. We've broken this down into small pieces. We're just going to start forming this together into a ball with our hands, which are nice and clean. Yes, I've only touched a banana. So we're going to form this into a ball, start squishing, and get this really good and mixed up. There's only so much you're going to do with the mixer, but basically what the mixer does is just kind of break up the big clumps of peanut butter and banana so that you get much smaller little globs of the gooey stuff. That's good. These smell really good, by the way, already. I'm surprised I do not have a puppy sitting here. They're in every video except the one I'm making about them for them. What are the odds, right? Come on, that's hilarious. Other things you could put in these. Pumpkin puree makes great things. Funny thing about pumpkin, if you give your dog pretty much nothing but pumpkin puree for about 2 days, their poop no longer stinks. It's weird looking, but it doesn't actually stink. Rufus ate a nail once, and I had to give him pumpkin for days to try and get the flush out of him. And I had to, never mind what I had to do, but it didn't stink while I had to do it. Oh, we love our dogs, don't we? Of course we love our dogs. They're amazing. They're wonderful. They're incredible. Okay, that is our ball of treats. Now, since there's 2 dogs, I'll split it in half. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to roll this out and make little bars. But I need to reset this kind of area right here because this is my only area. So give me 2 seconds, and I will be right back. Well, 1 second for you. All right. I've got my work surface here. I've got a little bit of flour in case I need to dust this. It might start getting sticky on me. It is possible. So just have a little pile sitting there and see what you need to do. I also have a rolling pin because we're going to roll this out and make it, not this isn't going to rise. So whatever you set this to is what it's going to be. But this is basically just the stage where that happens. You know what? Okay, I've never actually made these for my dog before. This needs to sit. This needs to rest. The flour and the oats need to hydrate. I'm going to put this in a Ziploc bag because as I push this down, it's cracking. It shouldn't do that. So I'm going to rest this. I'm going to put it in a zip top bag, and I'm going to stick this in the fridge for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to come back and roll it out because if I try and roll that out right now, it's not going to work. Just notice that. All right, this is going in here. You oftentimes have to do this with doughs, and this really is more like a dough than normal things. So I'm going to treat it like a dough and put it in the fridge. See you in a second. All right, we're back. It's been about the 20 minutes or so. This has definitely hydrated quite a bit. Oh yeah, she's good and wet now. This is going to be easy. If you want to make more dog treats, get another bag. Oh yeah, you got to hydrate that. Okay, so that I borrowed this recipe. I'll see if I can find where and put the link in the description if you want to see the original. But yeah, that is from my days of making many doughs. That's an important step right there. Okay, we are going to start rolling this out a little bit. Yeah, this would not have worked had we not let this hydrate. So you know. Again, these will not shrink or puff or do much when they go in. Whatever shape they are is the shape they are going to be. So, shape away, get them the thickness you want. You don't want them too thick, 3/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch, something like that. Depends on the size of your dog. If you have small dogs, make them smaller. If you have old dogs with bad teeth or dentures, then you want to make sure that they're small enough that it's easier for them to eat. Okay, let's see if we can get a scraper under this. That's going to help a little bit. Yeah, see what? It's definitely hydrated enough now. I'm going to put just a little bit of flour on this, just a little sprinkle, and we're going to give this a flip to the other side. Yeah, okay, that is much better. Just barely a little bit. That is going to work in here and make this very easy to work with. Yeah, much better. Try and square this up. If you square this up, the next step is going to be much, much easier. One of the easiest ways to do that is to keep it square. Can you hear the street sweeper? I don't know what happened to that thing, but man, that's making a bad sound. That's hilarious. They don't come by very often. When they do, it's hard to miss. Okay, we are squaring this up beautifully. Look at that. Going to give this a little bit more of a roll this way, just to kind of move everything down. That is a unique smell. That is a unique smell right there. You make this, just know that is a unique smell. What other foods are great for dog treats? Sweet potatoes. Oh, sweet potatoes are so good for dogs, seriously. Yeah, there's all kinds of treats you can make for dogs. Bananas, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, apples. Dogs can have cinnamon, so there you go. Thickness here is about 1/4 inch. So I'd say this is perfect. You can use a cookie cutter and cut out these beautiful little shapes. Make them in dog bones if you want. Go get one of those things. That's fantastic. I'm not wasting money on that. I have one of these. I'm going to cut these into strips, and they won't know the difference. They don't really care. So I'm just going to do this, like that. This is an inchish something, and then we're going to come back and cut it in thirds as we go across. I'm just eyeballing this. But I was a carpenter and a metal fabricator. My calibrated eyeball's pretty good. Okay, I'm just guessing. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to cut these in thirds, and these will make nice little close enough. You got to cut through the oats and stuff in this, so that's why it's not just a quick. There's a little resistance there. You got to cut down under that. That look like about a nice size for a dog treat. Here, Fido, have one of these. Perfect. All right, let's get these on a sheet pan and get these in the oven. I have a pan here. I have some parchment paper on it. If you want to oil or grease your pan, go right ahead. But I do prefer the parchment paper. Again, I have bigger dogs with good teeth, so these are pretty chunky. If you have smaller dogs, again, if they have dentures or anything like that, you want to make sure that you don't make them too big or too thick. So your size may vary, and again, the dogs don't care about shape. So just do what you got to do. Again, they're not going to spread because we don't have any baking soda. They're not going to rise because we don't have any baking powder. This is pretty much what you see is what you get. Just give them a little bit of space so they don't touch. And these are going in the oven. Oven set to 300 degrees. They're going on the middle rack for about 20 minutes. Let's put those in there now, and I'll be back in 1 second. All right, dog treats are out of the oven. It took actually half an hour to do these, not 20 minutes. Like I said, I haven't made this recipe before. So I think on the next batch, I would probably bump the temperature up. I'm not sure what that would do to them if they need that cooler temperature. 325 or 350 is more typical for baking. Or just extend the time. But they're still not really, really hard. There's still a little give to them. So they're perfect. They're a little warm still. But I have asbestos fingers, so it's fine. But yeah, we're just going to let these cool down because I don't think the dogs would like to eat them hot. But as soon as they cool down, I'm going to come back and we're going to taste them. All right, they've had a chance to cool down, and now it's time to taste them. Oh, are you as excited as I am? Oh, I cannot wait to see what these taste like. You didn't think I was going to actually taste this myself. Of course you didn't. You're waiting for the gag. I would. There's nothing in there you can't eat. They're probably healthier for you than any cookie or anything else you were going to have. Better than a granola bar, I'm imagining. But those look pretty even. Yeah. Let's see what the experts think, shall we? Rufus, Reba, come here, treats. Ruby, treats. Reba, come on, treats. Here you go, treats, right here. No, I swear, it's in my hand. Reba, here. She can't figure out what the treats are. Reba, here. That would be a no, Bob. I'm holding it in front of her nose and she can't find it. I think maybe we missed the mark because it didn't smell like treats to her. It didn't look like treats to her, and she's eating it. But perhaps the experts are not convinced. Do I have to try it myself now to find out? Oh, you're sitting there going, oh God, please hope, please tell me he's going to try it. Of course I'm going to try it. I've eaten a milk bone before. That has absolutely no flavor to it whatsoever. None. I'm going to come up with a better recipe. That tastes like nothing. That's terrible. All right. Well, the dogs have spoken, and they don't like this. So I'm now on a quest to find the perfect treats for dogs that they are going to like, that are healthy for them. And I'm sure they'll eat these, but we can do better than this, and we will, because the puppies deserve it, and we love them. And so we go through this, and if I hadn't tasted that, I wouldn't know that that was complete garbage. All right, do not make this recipe unless you really want to disappoint your dogs. That's the moral of the story. That's the point of this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned because there'll be more dog treats, and I promise I'll keep tasting them until I get one that tastes good to me and to them. Till then, have a good one.